Hi, I'm Rebecca and welcome to my podcast, Smashing Through with Rebecca.x. I am so excited you're here on this episode. Topics include life, business, mindset, full of kick-ass content and high energy. Enjoy the podcast and remember, you too can smash through and keep going always. Release, turn the corner and heal. What I mean by release is releasing emotional baggage or any drama, ickiness, negativity, anything like that from situations you've been through or are experiencing right now. And even the people, it's definitely recommended because you will be getting stressed, you'll be getting angry, and you'll have a lot of resistance about the situation and about the person and things like that. So the best thing for you and your mindset and your energy and your peace is to release everything in order to give yourself peace. And knowing that it's okay to have cycles of things where you are going through negative stuff, but you're going to come through the other side. There is light there. And just be gentle with yourself as you go through all of this. You know, good things happen, bad things happen, all of that. So as you start new things, other things end. You know, it is all about knowing that you've got to go easy on yourself as well. And it's a very massive, big turning point in your life as well when you can actually release and you can turn the corner on a situation that has been kind of maybe eating you up for a while, and you've actually sat down, you've done the inner healing, you've done the work, you have identified everything, and you have actually regulated your nervous system in order to, you know, really step into releasing all of that drama and ickiness and negativity so that you can move on with your life and you can actually heal. You know, you've dealt with it, you can heal, and knowing that your life evolves, everything changes every single moment of every single day towards your life purpose, your coding, why you're here, your mission, why calling, legacy and everything. And the one thing in order to release is you've got to release the past of what was and what has been for what is right now in the present moment and what will be in the future. But in order to release all of that, you've got to do the work. You've got to get very vulnerable in order to identify everything that you need to release and heal and work through in order to turn the corner and move forward. And that could be anything. So think about what's happening right now in your life. Is there anything that you need to work on? Is there any inner core things that you need to release? Any judgments, any feelings, any thoughts, anything that you've been programmed to think a certain way, or your values and beliefs need shifting and everything like that? Think about that right now and start to think about how you want to feel in the future and what it's doing. If it is negative right now, what is it doing detrimentally in your life, to yourself, to your feelings, to your emotions, to your energy, to the situation at hand, to the relationships you're in? How is it affecting your work relationship? How is it affecting your business relationship with your clients? How is it affecting the energy that you're sending out? How is it affecting your kids or your partner or your friends and family and things like that? Although people's opinions don't matter to you and shouldn't really matter to you because you're not people pleasing anymore. And if you listen to any of my episodes on this podcast channel, you'll know we're not into people pleasing. We're into really staying focused, being true to ourselves, going along the path and experiencing the journey at hand, you know. But releasing and letting go of the icky stuff is one of the big gifts you can give yourself, apart from obviously working on mindset and everything else, is releasing and letting go of things that you think shoulda, woulda, coulda done, or things that happened that you weren't in control of. Maybe you were a child and the adults of the situation didn't sort it out for you, or, you know, you handled the situation differently, whereas now, many years later, you've grown and changed and expanded and transitioned, and it's like, oh, actually, you know what, looking back at that scenario, could have handled that a little bit better, should have dealt with this, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? But all you can do is release and let go of the feelings and emotions of that, and kind of forgive yourself and say sorry to the person or sorry to yourself for that situation, because you can't do anything about it. You can't rewind time, you can't change it, and it will make you feel uncomfortable and sad moving forward if you don't release things that you know, did way back when, or said way back when, or whatever. You know what I mean? Obviously there are extremes, but we're not going to talk about those. But you know, it is all about turning the corner and making sure that you're not living in the past consistently and constantly 24/7, 365 all the time. That you do need to turn the corner and forgive yourself and move forward with your life and what you're doing to achieve your dreams, desires and goals in any situation, be part of people's lives that you want to be part of, and have the desired outcome of whatever it is that you want to experience along your path and journey, and really embrace the ride that is. But the big thing is all about healing. The big thing is all about healing the trauma, the events, the things that happened to you, the things that were said to you, and not allowing them to be a crutch or a negative anchor in your life moving forward, because you need to turn the corner on everything. You need to turn your life around. And the one thing that I really encourage you to do, if you need a little incentive to do it, is actually look at people that you follow, as in, you know, any film actors, actresses, you know, singers, artists, photographers, you know, authors, anything like that, even friends, okay, and people you actually know, into how they've turned their life around from something negative to something positive. Okay, so you've always heard of the rags to riches stories, things like that. The one thing that the people all have in common is that they change their mindset and they heal from trauma or past events, and they make the decision to always lead forward, that they are responsible for their feelings and emotions, no matter what has happened to them in the past. And that's a lot to swallow, to be honest. But as you become an adult, you have to take accountability and responsibility for your feelings and thoughts in that moment, and give yourself the gift of identifying it, acknowledging it, and really, really healing, as in really stepping into the regulation of the nervous system and the mindset and everything. It's all of it combined. You can't just do one without the other, because that nervous feeling and thoughts, and you know, your body going into a reaction to something happening as though it's happening right now, when actually it was the past, but something triggered you. Okay, a trigger is just a response from something you've not healed from. That's something you need to work from. So it's just information for you to identify, and then realize that, oh, actually, yeah, I still need to work on that, and not having a go at yourself and not beating yourself up about it, you know. But in order to release and turn the corner, to heal, it takes you to say yes to you. Say yes to the whole thing of getting vulnerable, seeking out, you know, therapists, mentors, coaches, anyone that can really, really help you in order to move forward, and really bet on yourself 100%. Okay, move forward and create that important turning point in your life so that you can turn the corner, release and let go, and fully heal from everything that you've been through. We help with a lot of this in my program Expansion. You can get it at Rebecca.x. I will put the link in the show notes as always. And it is all about really, really healing and transitioning and really expanding you. And the program expands with you uniquely in whatever scenarios and life patterns and things are going on in your life. So it really is phenomenal, and I absolutely love the results that my clients are getting inside that program. And it really makes my heart sing when they are really working through their stuff, when they are really super healing from everything. It really is fantastic to hear. So pop over to Rebecca.x biz.com, click on expansion, and I'll see you on the next one.